very solutions-oriented person as well. But let me start by saying, my name is Ashton P. I'm a member of the Black Lives Matter Houston chapter. I'm a member of the Black community and the LGBTQ community. One thing that I recognize as a form of the LGBT homeless youth is that much of what has been stated here today has come from a place of privilege and elitism. And I'm burning up inside because the four people who came and talked about vagrants and them and those people decided to call one of our organizers a BICTH in the elevator as she was leaving out to go pick up her child. We're talking about a group of people who are saying that these people, these human beings, need to be shown around. They can't stand around between 7 a.m. and 11 p.m. because we're not comfortable while we go to our $44 million golf course. This is a problem. This city is growing, and yes, someone stated earlier, gentrification. That's exactly what it is. All right, Councilmember Laster. The problem is that many people are homeless for various reasons. As you know, the Housing Authority just opened back up its lottery for people to get on Section 8. 64,000 people applied, only 32,000 people could be seen. Well, half of the people who have housing vouchers can't even get a house. And if they can, they're getting shipped all about the Highway 6. So the inner cities that Donald Trump refers to, like for example here in Houston, is getting wider and wider. And the wider it gets, it almost seems as though people like me don't belong at an ATM getting cash out to go get a drink at a bar. And if it's presumed that I'm homeless and not presentable, I could be hurt. And it could be assumed that I'm on Kush. Darryl Giles, Metro PD. There's a problem here, and the problem needs to be addressed that we need to recognize the systems of power here that are at play, the institutional and structural racism that is at play. Nobody wants to recognize that, and if we want to come up with solutions, we have to recognize the problem. I sat in a class in sociology at UH, and the decisions made by the city council, previous and present, are being discussed in classrooms right now on a collegiate level, saying that this is that ordinance that was passed in 2002, subsequently updated in 2004, maybe in 2012, where you can't feed a certain amount of people at a certain amount of time to funnel them into certain places. Well, let's be real about life. The reason why people don't want to accept help from hot teams and all of these other places is because we don't trust them. Every time I walk out of the door and I see a police officer, I wonder if I'm going to die. That's the problem. I wonder if they wonder that. Every time someone gets high on Kush, I wonder where that Kush came from. I have questions about that. I wonder where that Kush came from.
Thank you, sir. Your time has expired. Thank you.
One moment, Councilmember Edwards.
Thank you, Councilmember Edwards. Thank you, Mr. Woods, for your remarks. And I think you touched upon a number of different issues that are pervasive in society, not just Houston, but are certainly present in Houston in terms of the disconnect between various communities and our inability to understand and appreciate the struggles that, irrespective of the group, that people go through. And so I want you to know that we appreciate your remarks, bringing that to our attention. The fact that what we're doing today is being discussed at a collegiate level is something that we have to be reminded of in order to make sure that we're making policies and carrying them out in a manner that is consistent with what something we be proud of going forward. So I just appreciate your remarks and you expressing yourself today here.
Councilmember Green.
Mr. Woods, thank you so much for coming out. You know me, and I know you. And so at the end of the day, I'm solution oriented, and I think you are as well. I think you heard today our mayor is requesting recommendations and suggestions, okay? I think you reached out requesting whether there was an ordinance out there. No, there is not an ordinance out there. The reason why there's not an ordinance because they are still working and struggling to figure out how to deal with it. So now is the perfect time to provide recommendations and suggestions so we can try to figure this thing out. But at the end of the day, it is a problem. Each one of these council districts around here have told you it's a problem. So that means we all have over 2 million constituents we gotta deal with and we gotta fix it. Just like if you came to me with a problem, you my constituent, I gotta fix it. So we all have charges. So what we're asking you, your group, is to provide some recommendations, provide some solutions. We will work with you, we will listen.
That's not a problem. Do I have time to respond? Okay, so, thank you for responding, but the real issue is here, I'm more than happy to do that. But asking where the cushion's coming from and also asking where a lot of the other issues we have.
I need to, we're gonna run out of time again, and then my colleagues are gonna get annoyed, but the rules require 2/3 of the people here to extend time.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hold you up, and I'm gonna go to Councilmember Kubash until the bell rings.
Mr. Woods, my brothers and I, we led the petition act to try to get a charter amendment to repeal or to get rid of the criminalizing of the feeding of the hungry. And they said we were short about 1,000, after we turned in about 30,000. But nonetheless, we did everything we could to get something done to get rid of that ordinance, because I think that's wrong to criminalize the giving of food to the poor. Thank you.
Councilmember Cisneros?
Thank you. Thank you for being here today. I wanted to just add another dimension. I hear what you're saying, and I follow you, and I know what you're fighting for, and I respect that. But I also want to say that in my district, in District H, I've got people that have, communities that have problems that are every bit as bad and worse as some of the things I'm hearing, and they don't complain. You know, they accept it, that this is the way their lives are, this is the way their neighborhoods are, this is just because they're not squeaky wheels doesn't mean they don't need help. You know, so this is from a principal of a school that's in the East Texas area, and she says parents are concerned about the students that walk to and from home alone and to and from school. There was a shooting last week on the 4th around 2:40 p.m., which is, it's pickup time, they're going home. Parents that were getting in the car rider and walker lines for the school dismissal of the children asked for refuge in our building. I mean, it was a frightening thing, and it's not the first time that's happened.
Isn't it ironic that you go to school with
One moment, sir.
protectors?
Straight to Councilmember.
Parents have taken pictures of people rolling up drugs into cigarettes. Parents say that lately people that are behaving as panhandlers bang on their car windows when they don't give them money. This is why they're sitting in line to pick up children. You know, so I just want to add another layer that that it's not just whitey people saying it's not. I know it's not perfect, but we've got communities. I mean, these are communities of color that don't even ask for help.
We got 1 moment.
Okay, so
No,
I just.
it's her time.
All right, so I just wanted to say, that, I'm worried about children that are afraid to go to school, and, I just wanted to add that.
Councilmember, thank you. Let's try to get through Councilmember Laster before the bell rings.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Ashton. You know that I have a high degree of respect for all of the work that you provide in the community. And I'm grateful for you to be here, and I'm grateful for your voices to be here today. Because, and actually I'm grateful to have heard from a neighborhood today, because I think what is playing out in this chamber today is the challenge that is before us. So, and may I just say, between your commitment and the commitment of these council members who are trying to work for each of their neighborhoods, I think we can find a way forward. We just need to sit down and respect and care, to understand at the end of the day, we're trying to find the best for all of our neighborhoods in the whole of Houston. Thank you for being here.
That's
Thank you
perfect.
very much.
That's
I'm
perfectly
sorry.
fine, but the issue is here.
I'm sorry. Thank you very much.
The
But
issue
your time
is here
is-
is that there are
Thank
people
you,
out
sir.
there who
Let him speak.
have
Let
decided
him
to
speak.
use
Y'all let the neighborhood
racism
speak for
and
like
sexism,
30
and
minutes.
that is the problem. You can take me out now because I'm not going to stop talking. This is over now.
All right. Thank you.
Y'all